Today I wore my favorite jersey, and in this video we're going to talk about football. I don't know whether you might have worked it out already, but I'm a fan of Manchester United. Let me know in the comments below which team do you support, even as we see what we can learn about focus from football.
And welcome everybody to Old Trafford, the unmistakable home of Manchester United.
At the top of my head, I believe that the only thing you're ever in control of in this life is your focus. So many factors are beyond your control, being born in a certain socioeconomic class, losing friends and loved ones, and basically the misfortunes and the opportunities that life presents. But one thing that you can always control if you learn how to do it and if you are committed to it is your focus. Especially in our times, I think focus when it comes to our relationship and our goals tends to be a little broken, and thus most of our goals and relationship fail because of a lack of focus. And sometimes what we call failure is basically lack of a focus. It is the reason why some passion that exists in our goals when it is getting started tends to leak, and we wonder where it went. It wasn't necessary that we lacked the desire, but we lost our focus. But the good thing is that whatever thing you choose to focus on, it magnifies, Therefore, choose to focus on your goals. Choose to focus on your health. Focus on your strength. Focus on the positive side of life. Because whatever thing you choose to focus on, it will always magnify. However, if you choose to focus on the negative side, if you choose to focus on whatever things that you lost, we live with that. And therefore today, I was hoping we can learn one or two things about focus from football. Therefore, let's get straight in. Number one is set a goal to focus on, Just like a player's goal is to score, it's the same way you should have a goal to focus on. Goals brings meaning to life. Otherwise, life can be meaningless. But by establishing your goals, establishing what you want to achieve, you'll be able to draw your energy in a certain direction. And this is the amazing thing about us human beings, that when given a clear direction, we use our own creativity, we use our own sensitization, we use our own problem-solving ability to overcome the challenges and the obstacles on our way and to reach to our destination.
And he's fed Sancho. Sancho can play it on to Bruno Fernandes. Brilliant!
Number two is learn how to deal with distractions and opposition. Just like a player takes the ball almost towards the end of the line in attempt to avoid it being taken by the opponent, is the same way that your goals are not the only thing that will be requiring your focus, Just like a player encounters opposition is the same way that you shall encounter perpetual barrage of things that will come to you and that will demand for your time and that will demand for your attention, We all have things in life that we love to do, but we also have things in life that we must do. A.J. Cronin was a Scottish novelist who once said that life is no straight corridor among which we travel free and unhampered, but a maze of passages through which we must seek our way lost now and again, checked in a blind alley. This tells us that no matter how much we try, there will always be distractions, there will always be opposition. But if we keep our focus on our goals, no matter how much we strand from them, we will always find our way back.
Fred, great ball.
Number three is choose the right association of friends. Just like a player needs keys to carefully pass the ball to his or other teammate, is the same way you need to carefully choose your friends, the one that will help you maintain the right focus of achieving your set goals. The unfortunate thing is that one of the factors that determines what happens next in our lives depends on the type of people we are interacting with today. One person said that I don't regret my past, I rather regret the time I wasted with the wrong people. It's a saying that I couldn't have said any better, simply because the person you become in 5 years partly depends on the type of people you're interacting with today. That's why who you choose to interact with, who you choose to associate with, and who you choose to absorb your energy with really determines what is on your mind. Therefore, choose to interact with only quality people, the one that will help you maintain the right focus and to eventually achieve your set dreams and goals in life.
Sancho can play it on to Bruno Fernandes.
Number 4 is reflect on the lessons learned from the past. Just like players need to sometimes pass the ball back to their own goalpost in attempt to avoid it from being taken by the opponent, it's the same way you need to take time to reflect on the lessons learned from your past mistakes, lest you lose focus again and repeat the same mistakes. Our composition today, or rather, who and where we are today, is as a result of what we chose to focus on yesterday. And this tells us that whatever we focus on today will determine who and where we are going to be tomorrow. As an individual, it's always good to take time and reflect on the past things that made you to lose focus so that you can avoid them today so as to achieve your goals tomorrow. Steve Jobs once said, "You cannot connect the dots moving forward. You only can when you are looking backwards." Therefore, you need to look at your past stories and experiences of your life journey so that you can avoid falling victim of the things that always makes you to lose your focus on your goals. Number 5 is learn to say no. Just like players need to defend the opponent from scoring, it's the same way you need to stay out of arena of temptation. Often, defending the opponent from scoring is underrated, but it can be extremely difficult to win in a football match if you don't offer the required defense. Therefore, a player must learn how to defend by learning tricks so as not to be fooled. You see, temptations will always be there in this life, and their purpose is to cause you to do what should done whatsoever. People will always tell you about the other side of life that you don't want to experience and that will cause you failure. They will tell you how abusing drugs can be, among other immoralities. But do you know what I say to that? No. No is a simple word that can prevent you from entering into a disaster, falling into sin, or even losing your focus. Lastly, have your own principles. Just like in football and other games, there are rules to be observed. It's the same way you should set your own principles. You must have things you must do and some things you must not do. It defines who you are actually. An eagle is an animal that is known to have many principles. Among its many principles is that it flies alone. As a result, they tend to fly to greater heights. Principles help us to remain grounded, especially in terms of influences, which help us to remain focused to our goals. Therefore, do not belong so completely to others that you don't belong to yourself. Thank you so much guys for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. Cheers guys. I will see you all in the next video. Bye.